to my channel. If this is your first time of clicking on my video to watch, you're highly welcome. And this on my channel you'll learn a lot about wig making, especially lace wig making. That's talking about hair ventilating and all that stuff. So in this particular video, we've been on a series that has to do with hair ventilating, and I think we're almost coming to the end of it. So in this video I'll be talking about different types of knots and when to apply them, and the type of foundation. About the foundation, I'm talking about the lace. The lace is the foundation. We're using the original Swiss lace here. So the type of foundation you should use each type of knot on. So we're going to start up with the regular ones we know. We know the single. There are actually 4 types. There is the single knot, the double knot, the single split knot or single reverse split knot, and the double reverse split knot. So the regular one everybody knows is the single knot. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to place it on this lace. This is actually a hair frontal I'm making for someone, a customer in Lagos. So I'm just going to move around making this for you guys to see what they all look like differently, and they are finishing as well. So we're just going to start up this way. Okay, here I'm picking up 2 strands. So we all know how we do this, right? You grab the hair and then you gather the 2, that's total of 4 strands, and you pass it under the loop. So it's very important that when you're ventilating, you press it down. And this type of knots, this 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to be making 5 knots for each type of knot. Okay, so this type of knot gives a directional flow to the hair. Personally, this is what I do when I'm ventilating. There's nothing wrong with using this type of knot all through the hair system. It doesn't really matter. So we have 5 of this here. And let me just add 1 more. Okay, so these are all single knots. Okay, it gives direction to the hair. You can use this on a lace that is soft, okay, so it doesn't rip off. This is very okay for a lace that is soft, so it doesn't rip off. As you can see, it has already given a direction to the hair. So this type of knot is best used at the back of the head and by the sides. Okay, you can as well use it in front, but it is best used at the back of the hair and by the sides. Okay, so now these are single knots. So now let's go ahead and make the double knots. So I'm going to be making the double knots right here. You tie the first time, then you go ahead and make the second one. You see that that's 1. Okay. Okay, so this will be the last one. That's the 5th one. Try the first time and try the second time. So this is what you can see. The knots are more visible on this part, okay, and it gives even more direction to the hair. I don't know if you understand. So this is best used at the back. Just keep it at the back. Please don't bring this to the front. It looks really ugly when you bring this to the front. So go ahead and do the single split knot. It's going to raise this a little bit. So I'm going to be doing the single split knot right here. Grab 2 hairs. So I'm just going to take this one and then I'm going to pass it through the loop. You see that? Then take this other one to this side. Okay. So we're using synthetic hairs here. That's why it's very difficult to control the direction of this hair. But it is very good to press. It is important to press it down. So this is a single reverse split knot. So always press down to give a little direction to the hair. So this particular knotting type of knot is best used in front. When you do this at the front of the hair, it makes it look really, really natural. From the screen, I guess you can see that the hair, the knots are not visible. They are almost not visible. Okay, this is best used in front to achieve your baby hairs. Okay guys, so you can even go ahead and make use of just a single strand to even make it look more natural. So the pressing is very, very important. So let me do a single strand so you can see what it really looks like. So you can barely even see it. So this is best used on a lace that is really soft. It wouldn't split, it wouldn't rip it off. When you're using this on the lace that is very strong and that is very soft, it will not rip it off. Okay guys, so now the last, which is the double reverse knot, double reverse split knot. I'm just going to grab 2 strands of hair, then grab one of these knots, then grab the other side and knot as well. Okay, then you press it down. We'll do it again, trying to grab my 2 strands of hair, grab one, grab the other, and then gradually pass it through. Then we have this. Okay, and we go again. So this type of knots is very, make sure that the lace is strong. Okay, if you've watched my previous video, I talked about denier. You can use this on a lace fabric of about 30 denier and it wouldn't rip it off. I don't know if you understand. Yeah, it wouldn't rip it off. And it's best used at the middle, not really in front. Okay, so you press it down. I'm sorry for all those tiny background noises. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you go ahead, you knot, you go ahead, you knot. Okay. Okay, so we're having a little problem here. I'm just going to rip it off. So it's normal to make mistakes while ventilating. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, so you grab the hair, you make your first knot, and you finish up your last knot. Okay, so there we have it. So you can see these two are most not. Okay, maybe I should zoom out a little bit so you can see it clearly. The single ones are best used in front while you keep the double ones at the back. Okay, that's if you're working on a hair system. Or you can still decide to keep these 3, 1. So this is a single split and this is a single knot, double knot, double split knots. So you can decide to keep these 3 at the back and this one for your baby hairs. Very beautiful. If you're working with just these 2, keep this single split in front, keep this at the back. And the longevity, this is more durable. The double split knots are way more durable than the single split knots. I don't know if you understand. So If you've not watched my video on hair denia, I'm going to be placing the link in the description box, so you can go ahead and watch it. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as we have come to the end of this channel. And this gives more direction than these two, but these two gives more natural lift to the hair. As you can see, it's looking more natural than these two. Okay, so it depends on your preference. But generally work with your preference, but avoid this double split, this double knot in front, please. It looks really, really horrible. So guys, I hope you learned something from this short and straightforward class.